see everything?
I believe so. Oop. What's going on, guys? Just getting set up. Here so.
Oh, we'll wait to see. Oh, don't want that.
Don't want that. Yeah, it says we're live. All right, yeah, in frame.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's going on, guys?
What is up?
Nice.
I wonder how much lag we got. We'll be able to tell as soon as people start commenting in the chat here. Yo, what's up? I see people talking, Matt and Quentin. Yo, what's up, Ryan?
All right, guys. So, in case you don't know, this is Alex. He runs the YouTube channel, the Singletrack Sampler.
How's it going?
And I've been working with him for the past
very closely.
Yeah. For the last little bit on getting his van dialed. It's a Dodge ProMaster, kind of big cargo van, and he's converting it into his home on the road.
Basically. It's the 2500. It's not the biggest. It's not the small. It's the one right in the middle. It's a 159 wheelbase and a tall, so you can stand in it.
Yep. So this last week, I guess, we have been working on the bed, which is probably like the biggest structure in the van and the thing that really took it from, a couple cabinets and a desk
empty space.
To kind of a home.
Yeah, defined the whole back space.
It really did. So it's
a big deal.
It turned out really good. So I've got a link in the video description to a playlist of kind of all the van videos, including the one on my channel, all the ones from Alex's channel, and then Seth's Bike Hacks has done a couple as well. So go check that out.
Because it's been a whole big process. It's been a long...
Yeah, those vans don't come ready to...
No, you remember when we thought we were going to do it in 4 days?
Dude, yeah, I never thought no, I never bought that. That was a ridiculous thing.
I filmed that conversation. Yeah. I filmed it in OBS, and I have everyone saying,
dude,
like, yo, you guys think we can knock this out in 4 days? We've been working on the van for like 3 months now.
Yeah, no, it's just not possible. There's so much going on, and especially if you're customizing it kind of to the level that we did.
Yeah.
And we even got away with some easy stuff. Like we used a Husky cabinet rather than actually building out cabinetry, and so like we had
simple yet functional. Yeah. It's the mantra.
Yeah, for sure. So,
because when on the road, the last thing I want is to have anything break down and then have to fix it, and it'd be too complicated for me to understand.
Exactly. And the nice thing too is by doing it that way, it allows anybody else who wants to do this to kind of duplicate this, especially for a pretty budget-friendly price. Like I think we did the math, and including the mattress, the bed was like $330, which is insanely cheap.
Yeah, if I add up everything on the van right now, so I watched another van tour video earlier this week, and it's just absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he built it all himself, so he still saved a ton of money.
Yeah.
But his materials were like $16,000. Yeah, for the bed build. But if you go get a custom, you remember when you sell custom, like people sell. There's a lot of custom companies out there that do van builds, and it's like $30,000 to $50,000 just for the conversion, not for the van.
No,
it's insane.
Unreal.
I think we are under 5.
Yeah, which
I know that we're under 5.
Yeah, there's no way you wouldn't be, because I mean, you've used really basic materials. You haven't gone super fancy, and I think the idea is potentially this is phase 1. Figure out what you want, and then maybe one day trick it out just because you can, because this is what you do.
Yeah.
But it's it's definitely super functional as it is. So, speaking of pop top, let's pop the top of something.
I'm down with that.
We got a couple beers here.
Yo, I like the way this closes.
Yeah, nice, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, so let's do the Three Floyds ones first. Those 2 bottles.
Dude, these guys have the best labels.
Yeah, they do have killer labels.
The last 3 Floyds that Johnny gave me had like a Cobra, and it was a Cobra with lasers on its head, and then it had like a Gatling gun on its tail, and it had like it was pretty rad. But they're all like
I've never used this bottle.
They're super shiny. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, and their labels, their caps are super cool too.
That is pretty sweet. Is that a magnet?
It's got a magnet on it.
Yo, that's a cool opener.
Yeah, this was one of the people I met at Workbench Con gave this to me. And this beer is from a guy on Instagram. We're trading, which is awesome. If anybody else is interested in trading some beer for some awesome Asheville local stuff, let me know, because I always love trying stuff from different parts of the country. I've had this many times. I love Three Floyds, but it's always nice to be able to get it here in Asheville.
For those of you guys on Johnny's channel that don't know, he is a massive beer enthusiast. I've never seen anyone with a better beer collection, like a better on-hand beer collection. It truly is amazing. It's pretty rad.
It's getting there. It's decent.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's got a good color. I like that color. Hey, cheers, dude.
Jumping the gun there. Cheers, man. All right.
That's
so
pretty yummy.
let's look back through.
Let's see who else up in here.
Yeah. So somebody said, one person said the audio is low. Is anybody else noticing that? Doesn't seem like it. So maybe that's just that dude. All right, so let's see.
You got any regulars in here that you recognize? Hey, I see some people I recognize from my channel.
Yeah.
We got Jessica in here. What's up, Jess?
Seems like people are popping over. I see a lot of MTBs in the
Yeah.
channels, which is always a good sign.
Yeah, so people said the audio is low, but that's going to be the case because the mic is far away.
Yeah,
it's just not going to be.
I'm using my phone. So.
Yeah, it's fine. Or it's going to be low, but that's not a problem.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to be, guys.
Make it up. So
Appreciate you letting us know, though.
Jonathan24, he's a regular for sure. He was in the Crafted podcast live streams back when I used to do a podcast. That was good times. Scott Lau, thanks a lot, man. Glad you dig the channel. Let's see. So yeah, if you haven't seen the video, I got a link to the playlist in the video description below. You can go check that out after the live stream. So,
in the scheme of your projects on your channel, I've been wanting to ask you this. So the reason I came up with this bed idea, I didn't come up with this bed idea. I saw a bed that did this on another YouTube channel called Dylan McGaster, and he does like tiny living or like just alternate living situation tours. And so I saw it, and it just seemed so overly complicated. I had no idea. I knew that would be super, super convenient to utilize the space in that manner, having a bed that when it's down, it's full length, and it kind of intrudes on the living space a little bit, which is fine because when you're in it, you're sleeping, and you don't need to be in the living space. But then you just fold it up, and it retracts, and it opens up ground space. So it was like a really awesome concept. But I had no idea, so I came to Johnny, and Johnny right away, he's like, oh, that's easy, we can totally do that. I didn't understand how, but he seemed to know. So my question for you is like, how, you said this is an easy build comparatively for stuff on your channel.
It definitely is. I mean, so at the end of the day, this was basically creating like a kind of stud-like framework. So
yeah.
Just a couple 2x2s, joined to some longer 2x2s, throwing a piece of plywood on top of it with glue and nails.
But things move.
Yeah, I mean, it slides, but it's a couple hinges. I mean, think about all that compared to even just like a cabinet with like 8 drawers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like compared to like that assembly table right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's the complexity of kind of a standard build. So the van,
it's got a lot of pieces.
The trickiest part about the van is nothing is square.
Yeah.
And that was like the biggest issue we ran into was not thinking about the fact that the top of the ceiling of the van versus the kind of middle of the wall of the van, it curved in a bunch. A lot.
Like we had to do 4 inches on both sides.
It was like a 9-inch, it was 4.5 inches on each side. So
which is crazy.
So it changed 9 inches from the center of the wall to the top of the wall inwards. And so that was like the biggest.
And that's not I don't have that in my video, but Johnny in his, so there's 2 versions of the video. There's mine, which is like a vlog style, like kind of behind the scenes, seeing it as it happens. Johnny's on his channel, like you guys probably seen it. It's like super polished and it's still awesome. And but it gives you like the details of how everything got put together. And in his, you see that moment where we thought we were done, and we were like, wah wah wah.
Yeah.
Lifted it up, and it goes.
It was terrible.
And we both looked at each other like, ah, shit.
It was rough. It was rough for sure. But we fixed it, and I think that's the biggest part of doing what I do, making stuff, is you got to learn how to figure out how to fix your mistakes.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna happen. There's no avoiding them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of keeping a cool head, being able to think through a solution and not rush and make it worse.
Yeah.
Because like when that happened, I think we just kind of stopped.
Uh-huh.
We played some video games, let our minds
Yeah.
kind of think on it.
Yeah. We went for the next day.
Yeah.
And you told me, you were like, man, I was up all.
Oh yeah.
I was up at 3 a.m. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Like, how do we do this? Because the whole support of the bed is it rests on rails on the sides. So when we tapered in the end of it, all of a sudden it's not supported by the sides, and that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So we had to add a whole new support beam at the end, which adds complexities because then that's another thing for the top clearance for my bikes, which are going to be stored under there to clear. So like that added a whole nother level of things that we had to check and dry fit
and one thing that didn't make the video is we actually had to plane down that board.
Right.
Just like a quarter of an inch through the planer.
It's a tight fit.
Because otherwise his seat, which is kind of high on his Enduro, right? Enduro, my bike. It would not clear. Yeah. So we had to plane it down ever so slightly, and now it's perfect. Yeah. So, it really turned out so good.
That's the hardest thing. I mean, we've gotten pretty lucky about that, but like
we've had a lot of really lucky moments, like a ridiculous number.
Especially in the next build.
Yeah.
In that's such a tight space. Every single inch, single quarter inch, matters a lot.
It's crazy. I mean,
when you're working within the confines of a van.
Yeah, and that's been definitely one of the harder parts. Is it's just every dimension is critical. Like the biggest thing for this bed, I think, was headroom above your mattress, and then room below for bike storage. And those two numbers kind of really couldn't deviate. So that's why I used 2x2s rather than 2x4s. That's why we used 1/2 inch plywood versus 3/4 inch plywood, because all those little quarter inches really add up and make a big difference. Because right now, like the headroom is
perfect.
So good. Like if you're 6'5", maybe you'll hit your head, but
the head angle wouldn't have been perfect if that angle of the layback wasn't perfect, which only happened because the length of the whole platform was perfect.
Yep. And it's a queen size bed, man.
Dude, it's a queen size bed.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't initially I wasn't gonna put a queen size bed in there. I didn't think it would work. I was actually thinking about sleeping sideways across the van, because it would just save even more space. But the thing is the garage was always going to be a certain length because I'm putting full-size bikes in there. So Johnny was like, why not? Why just put the queen in there? If you can do it, why not? Your garage is going to take up the space. You can't utilize the space over that anyway with anything else. So just you put the whole bed platform that whole size. Like, and I'm stoked we did because I have a full queen size in there. It's a 6-inch foam mattress. It's cheap, but it's like way better than what I used to. For the past 2 years, I've camped out of a tent and lived out of a car. Yeah. So everything is an upgrade. Yeah. But it's the mattress fits in there, and then there's like a really nice space on either side to set things on the wood platform.
Which you need because there's no nightstands or anything like that. So having that little bit of extra platform is actually super useful. Yeah. Because you sit your phone there, you sit your Kindle, your beer, whatever you're.
You already did that.
Yeah, we already did that. So it is super useful to have some sort of little area, and I think you're considering maybe building in some sort of little storage cubby, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking like just a little cubby. Yeah. Like on both sides, it'll not only will it hold the mattress in place. Yeah. But it's not going to be a tall thing, I don't think, because it's got to move back and forth, right? And we've got the pulley. Yeah. But if it's like, I don't know, just a little cubby like yay high, and then on the top there's like a little shelf like you did in Seth's truck where I can just put a phone and it'll slant right in the hole and stay. Yeah. And maybe, I can just put everything like on my phone and
definitely.
It seems like much stuff.
Seems like a lot of people are having a hard time hearing us, so I don't know. I can go grab a little.
Let's see if I can move it closer.
Yeah, I've also got a little mic.
Oh, dude. Yeah, but you don't have a
charge.
But it doesn't. There's no port.
There's no headphone jack, so it plugs into the power jack.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it doesn't. It wouldn't charge at that point. So.
How do I see your charge?
I don't know. It should show at the top. So Alex is an Android guy, of course.
Totally.
I'm all Apple, so this is
At the top or the bottom?
I think I should be fine. I can go grab the mic.
Let's do it.
It's a lavalier, so it's not going to be...
Can we put it all the way up there in front of us? Let's do that.
Yeah, all right. Here, you sit back.
Yeah, I'll...
It's actually right here. It's super close.
So I'm going to take a look at the chat, see what everyone's up to. Yeah, all right, guys. Everyone, when I walked up to the phone, everyone's like, yeah, much better audio.
Oh, well, of course.
Yo, Brian, hell yeah, man. Thank you for that. Found and crafted through Seth and Alex.
Oh, nice.
That's really cool to hear. We were just talking about the power of YouTube collaborations, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put it right here. Boom, right on the beer.
All right. If that's better.
Yeah. Hey. How's this audio now? Is this This is super good. I'll make sure not to make too loud of noises here.
All right, so that
Way better,
should
they
be
said.
better. Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yo, hey, we got my buddy Trail Features in here.
Nice.
This is Joe Trail Features. He sent me a whole two boxes full of tasty beverages that we're gonna live stream opening this Sunday.
Well,
yeah, I told you about it. I said you should come.
I might have to do that.
Yeah, you should. Oh yeah, everyone's all about it.
All right. Good. All right. Sorry, y'all. It's never been a problem before. I don't know. I think so I upgraded to iOS 12, and I have a theory that it's messing with my audio. So, apologize, y'all.
Yo, what's up, Joe, Mr. Tonka? How you doing, dude? Glad you found your way over here.
All right,
everyone from my channel that found their way over here, stoked about that. Like I said, we were just talking about collabs, and it's amazing how powerful YouTube collaborations are. Not only, I'm not gonna lie, it's like the funnest thing for me to do.
It's the best part.
We have a really good time
for a job. I mean, every collab, like Evan and Caitlin are here in the comments. They were here for a week working on something with me. I've done Chris Salamone, Mike Montgomery. I mean, Seth, obviously. Yeah. It's just, that's what makes this so good.
Really fun.
The thing is, especially with what I do, is I'm working by myself in my garage like 90% of the time. So having another human being around is always a big improvement. You know?
For sure. I mean, otherwise we're just weirdos speaking to a camera by ourselves, you know.
Yes, which can get awkward.
Yeah, it's really fun to have someone to do it with, and it always produces. I think that comes through in the content. Like you can see in the video that we're having a good time.
It's so much more fun.
Yeah. And not to mention in something like this, especially, we got an amazing product out of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to imagine the type of bed I would have made.
You know, I don't know. I really believe that Seth could have done something similar. You know, I mean,
I said me.
Well, you, but you don't have any tools. You know,
that's the thing. That's the thing that really holds me back is no tools. But you know, if I had to, I would have just made a platform.
Yeah. So we've got a couple comments. People want to see me riding with you, which I did.
You did, and I didn't get any follow cam that whole time, did I?
Well, y'all were
I should have done
ahead of me. But
well, I thought you were staying for a second lap.
No,
I was gonna let you get a first lap in,
dude,
and then
we
went road Cherokee. Dead. We went road Cherokee the other week together. I've been getting him out of the wood shop.
Yeah, it was.
And you've gone out again since then.
Oh yeah, dude, this will be 3 weekends in a row mountain biking for me. Which with a newborn, that's tough.
Yeah, you guys are insanely efficient for new parents.
You know, divide and conquer. It's
impressive to see. Sure. It's impressive to see in the works.
But anyway, there is a video on Bobo's channel with me in it a little bit, and I guess I'll probably be in yours talking, but not riding.
Nope.
You guys were definitely a good ways.
I got Bobo and Nate on the follow cam on the second lap. Like that was what I was planning on everything.
Big Ivy. Let's do a little follow cam. That'd be fun. Man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we should do that.
Fun trail.
Put the van to use for sure.
Yeah, man.
Joe, yes, you got to go ride at Cherokee. Cherokee is super fun.
Oh,
he loved it.
It was by far one of my favorites, if not my favorite so far in this kind of Asheville greater area.
Yeah, and he's gonna go ride the Baker Creek trails in Knoxville soon, and I think he's gonna be really stoked on that too.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Let's see. I've seen one guy wants me to collab with Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. I would love to make that happen.
Who?
Bob from I Like to Make Stuff. He's a big maker channel, huge, like million and a half subs. Really big. Yeah, and he's definitely like one of the people who influenced me to start doing what I do. So I'd love to collab with Bob someday. So we'll see about that, but the beer mic, man. This was a great little. That's a good setup, man.
More often, yeah.
That's a good idea. That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
It really does. We started using on my live streams a lapel mic, and it just like on playback. There's something about having good quality video and audio that makes something it makes you want to watch it longer, hang out, and it's important.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, quality is important, and I live in a kind of rural area, so my internet is
He lives in
terrible.
a place where you would never imagine. He has no internet.
Yeah, it's awful. Like 6 megabytes per second down, less than 1 up. So when I live stream, I have to do it on like data on 4G from my phone. So that's
and I do the same thing from the road, but yours because it's staying stationary, it works better. The mobile internet has a really hard time when you're moving the camera and it's having to change the picture and everything.
Yeah.
Because there's a stationary background, it helps out a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the struggle.
So one dude says make a wood bike frame. That's an idea that Seth and I have been.
A wood bike frame?
Yeah.
Have you seen the guys that make bamboo bikes?
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. I had a whole stash of bamboo here for a long time that I was I'll make bikes, but those bikes are like 90% resin, like fiberglass
really?
and epoxy. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because bamboo's not actually that strong.
Yeah.
But Seth and I have been kicking around the idea of building a like plywood bike, and it would be super. Not
a plywood bike,
just the frame,
half inch, right? Half inch.
No, it would be doubled up 3/4. It would be extra thick. So.
We used a lot of half-inch plywood in my van, and he hates working with half-inch. He says he never uses it otherwise.
It's very flexy. It's I use it for like drawer boxes and stuff like that, but nothing structural.
Yeah.
And, and those trays are pretty damn structural. Like that's, they're 60 inches long, like 19 inches wide, and they're holding 3 bikes on one of them and then a bunch of storage containers on the other. So
yeah,
we'll
see how that goes.
Going out 48 inches on drawer slides. So it's like
they don't have any idea what you're talking about right now.
They don't. This was not. So this didn't make the video. This is what Alex and I worked on like 2 days ago.
This is my next van video, and you guys are gonna be so stoked about it. I'm so stoked about it. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna flip out because it's a really cool.
Yeah.
It's just as cool as the bed in my opinion.
Man, it's dialed, and I mean, it's definitely based on Far Out Ride's stuff, but it really turned out pretty cool.
Inspiration in there.
So, yeah. Let's see.
I wonder if anyone has any questions about the build because maybe they've watched it and are curious.
Yeah, I wonder how many of them have even seen it yet. So the van bed build went live on my channel and Alex's channel at like 2 Eastern time. So it's been out for like an hour and change.
Yeah.
So I'm sure half of them have not even seen it. So we'll see. But so, okay, a couple of people, balance bikes. Yes, that is exactly what Seth and I were thinking about because like a balance bike, like the Strider.
Gotcha.
Because then you don't have to deal with pedals. You don't have to deal with cranks.
Drivetrain.
You don't have to deal with
drivetrain.
Like
no
one
suspension.
brake is good enough.
Yo, Joe, you just got a super
man.
chat,
dude.
Wait, how come you can't
there we
see
go.
it
It's
right
just
there?
a little delayed. Dude, appreciate it, man. I don't get many super chats.
That's my
unlike
buddy.
Alex.
That's my buddy down in Florida.
I've
he's
seen
the one
in your videos.
He's the one who gave me all that floor laminate that I didn't use because that floor, the factory floor, is so good.
Yeah,
but
it's killer.
Yeah.
So he just asked. He got a convertible stand-up desk that kind of sits on a regular desk, and he wants to know if something nicer looking would be something I could make. We've
been talking about that, Joe.
It's something I definitely want to
Johnny
do.
and Seth, because Seth wants to redo his whole office, and his desk. He has a desk that just doesn't work in the space that he's in. It kind of cramps the space, and they've been talking about making it right.
Yeah, Seth wants to do, of course, like a ridiculously huge,
big live slab,
like 11-foot long live edge slab, and
which are stupid expensive.
Seth style, of course, just completely overdone. But yeah, it would be really nice. I have thought about doing one. Like I'm gonna be like finishing my attic space here at the house in the fall, and I'm gonna want to build myself a nice desk up there. Yeah. So I've been considering.
Wait, attic space?
Yeah, dude, that's what all that
you
flooring
have attic
got.
Space?
Dude, okay, the entire footprint of my house, the main level, is done
No
again in the
way.
attic. It's got all the subflooring down. It's all framed out. It's got basic electrical. So I'm gonna finish like 400 square feet in my attic. That's gonna become my office.
Yo, that's sick.
It's gonna be nice. So a like sit stand kind of convertible desk is definitely on my list because they make like bases that are just electronic up and down,
and then you can just top it off or whatever.
Just top it off with a nice.
Dude, that's really rad.
Yeah. Thank you, the Tim Cat, for the super chat, man. I appreciate it.
Yo, what up, dude?
That's awesome, man.
Another guy I recognize from my channel, definitely a regular. Love the woodwork on the van. Yo, Tim Cat. If you enjoyed that woodworking, if you're like me and you find like that stuff just oddly satisfying, you got to subscribe to Johnny because his videos are so good. They're just so pro. Oh man, I just don't know. I don't know. Johnny, he said he got a convertible stand-up desk.
It sits on top of a regular desk. So yeah, Mr. Tonka, I used to have that exact thing at our old apartment in Boston. And they work. They look super ugly though.
Yeah.
So it's basically this giant contraption that sits on your desktop, and then it'll come like flush to your desktop when you want to be sitting, and then kind of raise up. Whereas the stuff I would like to build is the whole base is motorized, so the whole top of the desk comes up. And
that's why I always imagine or saw.
Yeah, those are like $900 just for the base usually.
Yeah, and then if you're talking about putting a live edge slab on there, you're talking a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's
and you'd be hard pressed to find a base that can handle that kind of weight. That's so much weight.
It's
like those things were insane that we were looking at. We were actually on Johnny's birthday. We all went downtown Asheville for some food and beer, and we actually just went into the hardware store. Just naturally for during Johnny's birthday, we just go to the hardware store just for fun, and we like walked around looking at the wood. Like that's kind of a weird thing to do, but it was pretty good.
So satisfying. Like, everybody in that group was
we were all like
all about it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ergotron. That's one of the ones I've seen. Oh, Paul G. Appreciate the super chat, man. He says he's on an electric stand-up desk at work right now. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But does your whole platform raise, like we were talking about? Like, does the whole top piece go up and down? Like, it's funny. So I have a friend that does a really funny thing. He got a stand-up desk, and then he got this chair that goes up and down too. Oh, yeah. And he raises the desk, but then just raises his chair all the way up and still sits in it. I'm like, what are you doing?
That seems counterintuitive. Yeah, that seems.
So it's just like way up.
I used to work at a stand-up desk every day, but that was when I had a desk job.
Right.
So now I'm actually working on my feet all day. When I go to sit at my desk, I want to sit down.
Yeah, this is a nice.
Yeah, like
that's pretty comfy.
This is a pretty sweet little
chair.
This one, not that so one much. Is second string. That's the backup chair. But,
it works.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So Paul said the whole top goes up and down, and even the outlets attached to the top of the desk. Nice, man. That's cool.
Yo, Gronian, thank you, man. It's coming. The van is coming along way better than I could have ever imagined it, and a lot of it is thanks to this guy and Seth. Like, I've said it before, and I would have never bought the van naked unless I knew that these guys wanted to help me out with it, because I know that I don't have the tools or the skill to do it. And it's just really worked out well because it's brought us all much closer together. It's been great for the channels. It's been super fun to document.
Yeah.
And I think it's become the thing that surprises me the most is that the build is better than anything I would have bought pre-done.
Yeah.
From someone used or something like that. So that's the biggest surprise to me and what I'm so stoked about. It's so specific.
And the price is
couldn't be
unbeatable.
Yeah.
Like, this is all just basic stuff bought from, Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah.
It's nothing super fancy, but
well, you think that, but I think it's super fancy.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying it's not like all solid mahogany and
right.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, like stainless steel metal countertops or
some
like
of the
granite.
Prices you
They're
imagine
ridiculous.
That's what they'd be made out of.
They're ridiculous, dude.
So.
50,000 for outfitting.
Well, two more super chats. JP
Yo,
Ferris, thank you so much, and Kinmara, man. Really appreciate that. Thank you guys. That's awesome, man.
Dude.
These super chats definitely
help
keep the lights on.
That one's full of stoke. Love both of y'all's vids. Keep up making the great content so I can stay entertained. Johnny, keep making crazy, interesting stuff, and don't hurt yourself going downhill.
I'll try not to.
Nah, we're definitely going downhill. We still have yet to go to Bailey's.
So yeah,
you're definitely getting hurt there.
Bailey Mountain Bike Park, like one of the better. It's
a lift access in Asheville.
It's
basically.
a truck.
Yeah,
it's lift access.
You don't have to climb.
Yeah, you don't have to climb.
Pedal
but it's
uphill.
About 15 minutes from my house, so it would be.
Yeah, I keep forgetting how close you are. We gotta do that.
I want to do it.
Yeah, we gotta do
it. Oh yeah,
you'll freak out. It's so good.
The super chats are to repay my phone data.
Dude, it goes fast. Like you're probably already at like 2 gigs.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah,
man. Guaranteed. Streaming in HD.
Do you want another beer?
Oh yeah, let's crack it open.
What else you got in here?
I got
what other type of goodness? Johnny always has the best beer. Like, wait, I find really good beers that I like, and then, but it's all stuff that I can get at an Ingles You get stuff that you just can't find.
No.
You would never find this beer. I would never find. Well,
no,
it's from the other coast for one.
Yeah, it's not even.
So.
It's from Indiana.
Oh yeah.
It's from
I really
The
like
Midwest. So I've got Tropicalia from Creature Comforts in Athens, and then I've got some doubles. So those are double IPAs. That was I was thinking we'll close it out with because what time is it now? It's 3:30. We still got
we got plenty of time.
we still got like 40 minutes left to stream. So
Alright,
let's do the
alright.
Tropicalias for now.
So we're gonna be drinking this. Oh, it's from Athens, Georgia. Very cool. So
Yeah, man.
me and Johnny have a lot in common, and one of the things that we have in common is that we both have lived in Atlanta for well, he grew up in Atlanta, and I've lived there for about 6 years. So we're both pretty familiar with the area. I can't say I've ever had this. Did I ask you? Have you ever had Blue Tarp?
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one of my buddies is like was in the original like Five Guys there.
Nice.
I know it's still small, but he worked at REI with me, and then he left to go help build that.
No, they're a cool business, man.
Super cool. Super cool.
They're almost like a grown-up home brewery, you know?
I know, because they're still so small, like
Yeah.
that facility. But it's such a cool, like the tap room is awesome, and
Yeah.
I dig that. And the beer was really good. I liked it. They had some funky stuff. Cheers.
So this one is courtesy of my little bro who lives in Athens.
I love the juicy IPAs. I've been really digging them.
You can't beat them.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just like a rebranding.
So this is one of the off-topic people who was there
Oh,
on Tuesday.
really?
Creature Comforts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
really
So good. So good.
So
Oh,
delicious.
Peter out now.
Yo, I recognize
Super
that
chat.
name.
Man, appreciate it.
What up, dude?
Dude, Super Chat's coming out of the woodworks today. This guy.
Ooh, look at the pun.
Oh, I didn't even
Well
mean to.
played.
Didn't even mean to. Accidental pun.
Jesus. Oh yeah, that was. Yo, you guys have no idea. Anyone that knows who our buddy Seth is from Seth's Bike Hacks, you hand that guy a camera and just like let him point it away from himself and just comment. He is
Hilarious,
hysterical.
man.
He like as soon as his face is in the camera, he loses the shyness and his like real character comes through, and it's really good. It's so funny. So I just gave him my camera during that day that we were dialing in Johnny's thumbnail,
Yeah.
and he was like a stand-up comedian all of a sudden.
It was so funny, dude. It was so funny. I still think the funniest line of your video though was Amy.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
you guys
are
are
assholes.
Uh,
She's like this color,
Yeah.
but that color pops. Like, nah, we gotta
Yeah.
get rid of some of these.
so Seth's
You guys
wife,
are assholes.
Amy, kind of like Pinterested the bed to try to make it look good for the
Yeah.
thumbnail with like 9 million pillows.
If you guys haven't noticed, I changed out that cover, the one that had like text on it at first. It said "We're going places" or something like that. We changed that out for the final.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so she set it all up,
It was pretty funny.
and then we nixed it. Well, no, I didn't nix it. I was just like, I laid in the bed, and it was there were too many pillows.
Yeah.
It was too
dude,
much to keep up with.
It was ridiculous.
It was super comfortable and everything,
Where are you gonna
but
put
like,
it all?
yeah, it's just space is of the essence in
Yeah,
the van,
for
and
sure.
so I still have 4 pillows though, and it's super cozy. But I got rid of 2, and it was pretty funny because Amy was like really nice. She went shopping with me, and first of all, I hate shopping, so having someone to go with was great. Second of all, have you ever been in a Bed Bath & Beyond? There are so many things.
That's the beyond.
It's so
That's
overwhelming.
The beyond, man. Come
it's
on.
so stressful.
Dude, no, they're awesome.
I hate
Did
it.
you have the 20% off coupon?
Yo, some lady gave us her 20% off
have
in
to.
line.
Never buy anything full price from Joanne Fabric, Michaels, or Bed Bath & Beyond.
See, these are things that I don't know.
Dude, I've done upholstery and I've bought stuff from Michaels.
I was checking out and I was about to sign up for the membership to get 20% off. And this
Yeah,
lady
that's what
behind
the-
us,
that's what
she
the
just didn't
bums
want to
do.
wait in line. She goes, "Yo, just take this." And she handed me her 20% off.
Yeah, that's how you get like killer deals on like Breville stuff. Like any of those expensive appliances that are sold there. You
I
get
looked at a
20%
pot and pan there. There was a $700 pan.
One pan?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
It's a business expense, man.
Dude,
Do
no
it.
way. No way. What? No,
Well-
so Amy was really nice. She came with me shopping and
Yeah.
like, I got no fashion sense. I know a lot about mountain biking. I know a lot about travel, self-sufficiency and all that. I know nothing about how to make something look good and like bedding and because I was just going to use my sleeping bag.
Of course you were.
I already got a sleeping bag. So I was just going to use that. That made sense, you know?
That's that bachelor life.
So she was like, nah. You can't build this bed and then use the sleeping bag. So,
That's hilarious, man.
then we pick out the matching set, pillows and comforter and everything. And then it's so easy to get swept up in that.
Oh yeah.
You get swept up. You're like buying
You
this,
gotta get the whole set.
this. Got to
You
get it
the high
all.
thread
You know?
count linens.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
know.
and then I get home, I'm like, I've made a huge mistake.
Oh yeah, but that's why you got that receipt.
Yeah.
So you can return it all.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, but I think it's still, I think we got a good compromise. It
Yeah.
looks and feels really good, and it's not too much.
No, it looks
So.
looks awesome. So we got another super chat, mountain bike advice, dude. Thank
Yo,
you
hey,
guys.
this guy's a professor. This guy's a professor at ASU.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, he's trying to put together like a YouTuber conference for the college to
Dude.
come and talk to the students.
Well, I would
Which
love
is pretty
to, man.
neat.
Yeah, it's something I want to do more of. I've done a live stream with a younger kid class. They were like 11 and 12, and
Yeah.
that was really cool because they were just just the questions kids ask is
Well, and they're going to be
super fun.
so curious because
Yeah.
being a
That's
YouTuber
what they
is
want
what
to
they
do,
want.
man. Yeah, they don't. That's the crazy thing.
That's
is,
like the new astronaut.
11-year-olds don't watch cable anymore.
No.
They watch YouTube, which is just wild to me.
It does. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
It used to be like my parents' generation. It was like everyone, you wanted to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
Or actually, maybe my grandparents. Parents. Astronaut, and then
Yeah.
and then
Or doctor and lawyer.
and then like my oldest brothers and sisters, like everyone wants to be a movie star or
Yeah.
a rock star.
Yep.
Now everyone wants to be a YouTuber.
I wanted to be a paleontologist.
What?
I was obsessed with dinosaurs as a child.
Really?
Totally obsessed, yeah.
I have a brother that was an archaeologist for a little bit.
But then I realized you had to be out in the hot desert all day, and that
Yeah, have you
didn't
watched
really
Jurassic
jive.
Park?
We watched it last night, actually. Funny enough, we've been binging on the Netflix has the
You've been
Blockbusters
binging on the
classic.
90s movies.
Oh, dude, we've been going through them quick,
Dude.
All right, so I got a couple questions here. First, TJ's Woodworking Shop. What's going on, man? How you doing? He's a regular for sure.
What's up, dude?
So Bearded MT Beer, he asked just how I got started with woodworking. What did I
Yo,
do
so that's
before.
actually a really fun. I think it's a very interesting story
So
because he hasn't been doing it long.
no, this is
which is crazy.
I guess I'm trying to think. We moved into this house almost 3 years ago. So 3 years ago in August, and I was not a woodworker before we came here. I'd kind of like been interested in it, but my wife and I lived in apartments always, and you were
in Atlanta.
Well, we were in Atlanta and then Fort Lauderdale for 4 years.
That's right.
And then Boston for 2, and then we finally settled here.
Yeah.
And all the while in Florida and in Boston, we were in
Can you
apartments.
imagine having a woodworking shop in Boston? Do you
There's
know
no
how much
way,
money you
dude.
spend?
Houses there are
It's not
like
possible.
$600K for like a 1,200 square foot house.
Yeah,
It's
there's just no space there.
It's just ridiculous. So, anyway, so we moved in here, and as soon as we saw this house with this ridiculous garage, I was like, well, I guess I'm becoming a woodworker. Like it's always kind of been in the cards. Like my dad is like a hobbyist woodworker when
Yeah.
I was growing up and stuff, and we'd watch New Yankee Workshop. And
Well,
stuff
and
like that.
you left your job during that move, right? And you were
No. So I still worked for Drew Estate for a little while when we lived here for probably about a year. And then during that time, I kind of started, I had Crafted Magazine, which was
Right.
just kind of,
You had an idea.
yeah. And so it was covering like handmade goods. So leather and, beer and coffee and
Okay.
denim. And it was basically a men's lifestyle kind of thing is what
Yeah.
it ended up being. But very like kind of made in USA or handmade focused. And so I'm like, well, I guess woodworking would fit with that.
Yeah.
And so I made a woodworking video, my first woodworking video on the channel. It was this solid core door workbench, Matthias Wandel design. I was on the floor of this garage with like one drill and putting together this ridiculous workbench. And that was like my first woodworking video on YouTube, which is still there
But it
if you
worked.
guys want to go back and check it out.
I love it when people leave up their
Yeah.
first videos. A lot of people take them down.
It's
I
a
don't
little
care.
embarrassing, but
Mine are terrible.
I mean, dude, that's how
It's your history.
I love having those there so people who are starting a channel can see everybody starts
Yeah.
with humble beginnings.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah, it's important.
You're not going to have your creative style like locked down early on and all that stuff. But anyway, so I did that one video and it did decently. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll keep making these a little bit more. And I was still doing it as Crafted Magazine. It's
Yeah.
still covering, like I was doing like guitar pedal reviews and
Right.
bike rack reviews and
Okay.
stuff like that. And then eventually it just made sense that this woodworking stuff's doing way better. I'm enjoying it. I'm building out a shop. So I'll just convert to that totally on the channel.
So you just dove in.
Yeah,
And you knew like
hardcore.
nothing.
Knew nothing. Like I knew.
And you had no equipment.
I had when we moved in here, I had a miter saw, like a cheap Ryobi miter saw, and that was it.
That is the thing that blows my mind
Yeah.
when looking out here at your shop. Behind you guys and behind the camera is a big full workshop, just there's massive Powermatic tools and a big staging bench and a massive table saw and like I don't know the names of the rest, but there's a lot of stuff back there. It's
Big tools.
and like a big venting system and a big what's it called, vacuum system. Like
Yeah.
it is a really cool space, and it's just come together in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Built from nothing.
Yeah.
A guy in his garage with an idea.
Yeah. And so, yeah, at some point, I figured, okay, if I dedicate full time to this, I can make it work as a business. And that's when I quit the day job. And that was July of 2016. So two
insane. That's
years,
not long
dude,
ago.
actually like 2 years almost to the day.
That's so crazy.
I've been full time with it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So.
And how
it's
big is your
been
channel now?
Like
200 something?
220-ish, 218, something like that.
I gotta catch up.
You will, man. You're living that van life. I don't have the van. I got the
Well,
normal.
I just gotta buy that like Borat onesie and
Yeah.
then wear that in all my thumbnails.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reverse van life everyone. Because everyone uses like clickbait girls.
Oh, ridiculous.
I'm just gonna
yeah.
clickbait a dude somehow. I'm gonna clickbait myself, get in like really good shape, and just reverse the paradigm.
You should, man. You have a whole nother audience, you know? I mean, there's got to be the female equivalent of that audience. out
Yeah,
there,
right.
I mean, come on, you know? That's awesome. We got Adrian in here, who is one of my sponsors, so he's got the little craft.
Yo, what's up,
next to his
dude?
name. What's going
Oh,
on,
wait,
man?
I've never seen that. That's so cool. Where is it?
So if you scroll up a little bit, Adrian. Oh, you just missed it right there.
Oh, yo, that's sick. He's in green with the
Yeah.
crafted workshop.
So I wish it showed up on this side though. It's supposed to. I thought this is super chats and sponsors, but it's not for whatever reason. But anyway.
So Johnny is using a new feature on YouTube. For anyone that doesn't know, it's called a membership, where you are a member of the channel and you get some special privileges. One of which is like you get that cool icon. Your comment always gets highlighted, both in the comments of videos and here. And then you get access to whatever else the creator is offering to members of the channel. It's pretty neat. It's a very new thing.
Yeah.
And I think you're like one of the first people I know that have used it.
It's awesome because I mean,
It's just a really cool way to support the people who are making the content that you like.
Yeah.
And that you watch, because, otherwise it's all just
Well,
made for free for you to watch.
Well, and like Patreon for me was always just another platform to have to manage, whereas
Right.
YouTube, I'm
You
already
don't have to go
spending,
anywhere.
Yeah, I'm already spending so much time here. So
Yeah.
it just made sense. So yeah, if you see Adrian's name there in the comments with the
Yo,
little
what's up,
crafted
Adrian?
axe, it's pretty cool, man.
What's up, dude?
What's up, cool Jesus? That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's Seth's comment.
that's
Jesus
awesome.
in a van, whatever, in the
Yeah,
parking lot.
Seriously.
It's
So
like,
the,
of course you're looking.
the Timcat, yeah, this YouTube sponsor membership thing is definitely competition for Patreon. I think it's
Yeah, I think they're making a play, Tim Cap.
Yeah.
I don't have it on my channel because
because you've got to
Patreon is so important to me, and I really like that platform right now. I might start it because it's not mutually exclusive.
No.
You can do both. It's people that don't want to go to a separate site don't have to go to Patreon that way. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of
Although, good point from Jonathan24, YouTube does take 30%, which is a lot more than Patreon.
which is like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually that's a
And-
big deal.
And they only have one support level, and that's $4.99 a month.
It's not nearly as customizable.
No, but it's easy for me.
And then people don't have to click to another
Exactly,
website. To go to
yeah.
a different website is a huge deal
It
for a
is.
lot of people.
You got to
so
register.
yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are already signed up with their
YouTube,
credit card
YouTube's
on
everything
Google.
there, yeah.
So yeah, anyway, it's pretty easy.
It's new. You'll see it on a lot of channels that you watch starting to roll out. Within the past 2 weeks, it started rolling out to certain channels like
Yeah.
above. I think you have to be above 100,000
I
or
think
something
so,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so Ken Mara, I think that's how you pronounce it, hopefully. Ken Myra, maybe. So the perks of sponsorship, first you get a little icon next to your name anytime you comment or live chat. I also do monthly vlogs, so it's kind of like a behind-the-scenes thing. I never do vlogs, so it's kind of a
I think that's
unique
cool
thing.
because
Yeah.
I think getting your personality in your channel
I think it's
on
fun.
your channel is a really good
Yeah.
thing. Because I think it can only be a positive thing because
Yeah.
you got a great personality.
Yeah,
buddy.
for sure. Well, thank you. And you also get a coupon code to my web store, so you get like $5 off an item in my
So it
store.
pays for itself.
So it pays for
Yeah.
itself if you buy something from the store.
What do you sell in your store?
plans, shirts.
Oh,
that
you
kinda
sell
stuff.
plans?
Oh yeah.
Oh no shit.
Oh yeah. Buddy.
Really?
Yeah, man.
So for all your projects, you actually like you take the time to draw out the plan.
Not every one, but yeah,
A lot
any
of
of the
them?
ones that it's applicable. Yeah, like
did not know that.
assembly table. Yeah, that's been a big plan
Where's
sale there
that?
for me.
Because we made the SketchUp.
I know.
Is that
We can
going to
sell
be?
it. I mean, I was thinking
Well,
of giving
I just
away
think
the
it'd
file,
be really
but
cool to put out, like, put a link to
I
it or
could.
something, because that's so many people are building vans.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely something to think
and
about.
that's like the simplest,
It is.
best way.
And it's customizable. That's the
Yeah.
cool thing. But anyway, so yeah, you get like
Problem
a
is, if they have a
coupon.
different van, then it's not.
Yeah. Well, then you just adjust the measurements. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
true.
really not that hard. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. you get.
Coupons,
Uh,
vlogs.
Exclusive live streams. So it's going to be sponsor. I'm going to do like one sponsor only live stream a month. But anyway, if you click the sponsor button below this video, you'll see all that stuff. So check that out. It's pretty cool. I'm definitely trying to use that more now because it's kind of nice to build that like core, super fan audience that is really fun to interact with. So
Well, it's nice because they get to show their appreciation for what you do every week,
Yeah.
making videos that they enjoy.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
it's a way to show your love to the creator.
and it's nice for me to be able to like put a face and name to some of the fans.
That is actually one of the things that I enjoy the most is because, like, from my Patreon community, the people there, I feel like I have a actual personal relationship with all of them. I actually know a lot about, I message back and forth, I know them, and then I recognize them on live streams and stuff. I don't know, it
Yeah.
it helps you put like information to the avatar.
Yep.
So it's
Yeah.
rad.
It's pretty good. So Mountain Bike Advice asked if I mountain bike. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
not
he
as
does.
much as I want because
I'm getting him out there though.
I mean, these guys do it for a living, so it's easy. For me, I don't make content mountain biking, so it's a little
but
harder.
you have fun.
I love it. I worked at a bike shop for a couple years in college.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
He worked right down the street from me. I
yeah,
worked at
he worked
REI.
at REI.
He was the next exit on the highway
Yeah,
at this place
at
called
Performance.
Performance Bikes.
Dude, I bet like I went to that Moe's all the time. I don't know if you ever went.
Oh, I
to
went
that
to those all the time.
I guarantee you, we saw each other. It's just we have this.
We have
crossover
so
in
much,
our
it's
paths.
so much in common. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
It is weird.
But yeah, I mean, he mountain bikes just like I do. We both love beer. We both play video games. We have really similar tastes in music. It's pretty astounding, actually.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. So yeah, TJ just asked what other hobbies we have. We're both big video game guys, I think.
Yeah.
The Switch has been a pretty fun console.
It's a pretty
upgrade.
great break from work.
It is,
the
man.
Switch. We play a lot of Switch when I come over here, and it's
A lot of
awesome.
Rocket
He
League.
talked me into buying a Switch for
Yeah.
the van.
Yeah.
And it's the only console that makes sense. I haven't been able to have a video game console in like 10 years because I haven't owned a TV and I don't have constant internet and I don't, I can't put it. There was no room in my car.
Yeah, no.
So,
The
but the
Switch
Switch
is
is like all
ideal.
handheld, so
Perfect for the van.
pretty rad. I'm actually really excited to play some Zelda.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so yeah, Mortgage and Miter, what's going on, man? How you doing, Chris? So we are.
Whoa,
we are
this
drinking-
guy Sal's like video games, Fortnite or PUBG.
Neither.
Come on, those are not the only options, bro.
Yeah,
Although
no.
I do play League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm not a battle royale guy personally. Just that style of video game doesn't do a whole lot.
Now
for
you
me.
like the story.
I like the
Actually,
story.
I don't know. You play. You
I'm a huge
freaking
RPG
love-
guy.
But the game you play most is Rocket League.
With you,
Yeah.
not by myself.
You just like kicking my ass.
Yeah, it's super fun to crush you. I mean, come on, and you just every game you're like so
I'm
confident.
so competitive.
You're like, all right, I got you this time. I got you, bro.
Hey,
Rematch."
I mean, I do better than I expect. I think is what it is.
Yeah.
Tennis. I think I got a chance at Mario Tennis.
Yeah, that would be that's a
The
good
learning curve is
competition.
lower.
It is. Well, and you'd like played it.
I played it
back in
before,
the day,
yeah.
So
I know how it
yeah.
works.
But anyway, Chris, we're drinking Creature Comforts Tropicalia from Athens,
Throw it up closer
Georgia.
to the things that I can see.
So that's that. But we're almost done with this, and then we're gonna
That's
crack open
pretty
the
good.
big boys. It is
Yo,
quite good.
What is that? What was that rye IPA that you?
Oh, man.
Yo,
Fauna
for
Flora.
anyone that is a beer drinker, this rye IPA is the hands down best rye IPA I've ever had.
It's
Fauna Flora.
Fauna Flora, like
It was
Hula
so
Hay or
good.
something like that. Yeah, Fauna Flora is a brewery in Morganton, North Carolina. So they're available in kind of like Asheville, Charlotte, Raleigh. The
It
kind
blew
of
my mind
triangle
good.
here, dude. It is stupidly good. It's definitely one of my
Best beer you've
one of my
ever given me
obsessions.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and we've had a lot of beers
had a
that
lot
I've
of good
never
beer.
had before over here at Johnny's place.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, JB Photos just said multiplayer game with sponsors and Patreon supporters. That would be a lot of fun.
Wait, what is that?
The-
Oh, video gaming with?
Yeah.
Yo, that would be
That's
so
a
sick.
good idea.
Well, you know, there's Discord privileges on
Yeah.
Patreon. That's like an actual thing you can offer. So you could like
Interesting.
Discord while playing video games. That would be so cool.
That would be pretty fun.
That would be so much
I just
fun.
gotta figure out like
a Rocket League
logistics.
tournament.
But there's only 4 people max.
Tournament.
Yeah. Oh, you mean just like a bracket or something?
Yo, yes, that would be so fun.
That would be fun.
Yo, I would join.
Because I would definitely. Well,
You-
except for my internet.
You don't know. I don't know. I bet you there's some pretty good Rocket League
There probably
players
are.
out there.
There probably are.
I mean, it's a popular game.
Well, remind me of that.
I would go find some internet to join that.
That would be.
and I would get it on.
Oh yeah,
on
I'd
Steam.
go to Seth's house or something.
Yeah. Oh
with
yeah.
his
No,
stupid
you play
internet.
here. It's your handicap.
yeah. Seriously. That's hilarious.
Yo,
Yeah,
that's such a good idea.
that is a good idea.
Those are the type of things that I love, you know, with that. You can't do stuff like that with the biggest audience, which is the YouTube audience.
Yeah.
It's too big.
But I've got 8 sponsors, so that'd be perfect. I could
Yeah, that's what
literally
I'm
play
saying.
with every one of them in 2 games.
That's a filter,
Yeah.
you know, and then you can have, that'd be so rad.
That would be super fun. That would be super fun. Yeah, Jessica T said she loves the Lego games. Yeah, that's what I play with my wife the most is the Lego games because
What
they're
was that
so
cooking
fun.
video game? That was so
dude,
fun.
Overcooked. If you've got a Switch, Overcooked is the most chaotic, stressful, like 4-person multiplayer
The 3 of us were
cooking
playing
game.
it last time, and it's like
Dude,
crazy hectic.
It's intense.
It's like it's so simple too.
Yeah,
but
it
it's-
is. But
It's
not.
I bet it's
but
pretty
not.
addicting too. We played it for only like 10 minutes. I wanted
It's
more.
super fun. Yeah, it's super fun.
I can see it getting really hard. Hey, Chris, a buddy of mine from the channel just came over. He said he just watched mine and he's coming. He just popped in the
Nice,
live stream.
man.
Chris CXK, what's up, dude?
Welcome, dude.
Yeah, long time viewer of my channel.
Appreciate
Bed build
it.
and headed over here to see your version.
That's
Cool.
awesome, guys.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's been a really good build, man. I'm really excited for them to see
Yes, the
kind of
next
where
piece.
we
Oh,
took
dude.
this. Because man,
They complement each other.
They do.
You know, they both
Yeah.
were built around each other.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, everyone on Patreon has already seen it. Yeah, because the
Yeah,
lenses, I
lens,
lens
yeah.
during the day.
yeah,
So they've seen that. They're freaking out.
it's nice, man. Although that was the hottest work day I think I've
That was brutal.
ever had. It was like 90 degrees here in Asheville, and we're working in the van in the direct sunlight.
Well, no, in the van was okay.
Yeah, in the van
it
was,
was
actually
outside.
better because
It was outside in the sun. That was
the
brutal.
shade. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty ridiculous.
I mean, we didn't start early, but we didn't start late.
It wasn't that early, man. It wasn't, that was like 2 o'clock that we were working on that.
No, I know. I'm saying started.
Oh yeah.
It was just that it takes
Just
a
takes
long. It's a
time,
long
man.
work day. Like
Takes time.
you know, it's not like we could have started at
Yeah.
5 when it was going to be cool, or started at like
I mean, I
3.
could've. I'm up.
We would have had to.
5.
Yeah, you're right. You are up early.
I've got a baby, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't got.
You're the limiter on the early mornings.
I ain't got those struggles. I was playing League of Legends or something the night before.
Seriously.
Actually, I was editing.
Oh man, seriously, that's awesome. Man, well, if
So,
you guys,
we should open up. Let's open up to some
Yeah.
some build questions.
yeah, if you guys saw the video, if you got any questions, let us know in the comments. Got any questions for Alex?
Specific for the video, we'll be taking a look at the comments here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, about how that bed works, what the plans are for the future of the van. Let's look at the comments and we'll answer your questions now about that specifically.
Yeah, I'm gonna look back through as well. So Chris from
Chris,
Mortgage
thanks,
and
man.
Miter, Chris from Mortgage and Miter also asked, "What style of beer do I like after a hard day of biking or making sawdust?" And it's gotta be IPAs, man.
Yeah, we both love
There's
IPAs.
just
We're IPA
nothing
fanatics.
more refreshing. That's like all this cooler is full of right now. Is just
These
straight IPAs.
These juicy IPAs have really been killing it. I think that they're such a good mix between like
Yeah.
a malty and hoppy, like overly bitter and
Yeah.
still refreshing and delicious. The juicy IPA, I'm digging it.
yeah,
There was a little while where everyone was making like sours and
it's still happening.
saisons
Yeah.
were huge.
It's still happening.
I just like the juicy IPA more.
It's hard to beat. I mean, so when I lived in Boston, like Heady Topper was the beer that I
It's good.
discovered up
That was
there.
really good.
And I was like,
How'd you get that there?
I went to Vermont. I went direct to the brewery. I mean,
Okay. That's the only way to get
that's
that
the
beer.
crazy thing is like it was a 2.5-hour drive from my doorstep to the brewery. Like it was. That's where that style, the whole juicy IPA, like cloudy, hazy thing. That's where that originated.
Really?
Yeah. Was Hetty Topper.
That Hetty Topper was
Hill
so good.
Farmstead, Lawson's Finest, all those dudes up there. Because like Hetty Topper used this one yeast strain that didn't flocculate very well and left it super cloudy and hazy,
And they were like, "Yeah, this is good."
and that was delicious.
It's a legendary drink now.
It is.
Legendary
It is.
IPA.
It is. It's killer.
Yo, you got a super chat from Mama She Crazy.
Mama She Crazy.
What's
Dude,
up, Mama She Crazy?
Appreciate it. Congrats on the new baby. That's awesome. Yeah, the kid is doing super well. I know I've gotten a couple questions on that. Johnny is he's an awesome kid, man. He's so chill. He's just, I don't know, he's easy. You know, he's really made this whole intro to parenting thing pretty smooth for us.
I'm pretty impressed with how every time I come over here, it's not hectic and crazy.
chaos.
It's like they apparently have a good system and good teamwork happening here. And no, he's not adopting
I'm not
me.
adopting
Still
Alex.
at Seth's.
he's still living with Seth indefinitely.
Indefinitely, it's not indefinitely. Come on.
Even though Seth isn't actually
Seth's not
living
there.
at his own
I'm like
house
Seth's,
right now.
I'm like Seth's surrogate.
Poor Amy. Just her and Alex drinking some wine and watching Netflix. And drama.
Drama's the mediator.
No Bosco, though.
No, hell no.
Oh, man. That's awesome. Well, let's crack the final beer, man.
I have been remiss in telling you how much I enjoy your videos. Great job on the bed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mama She Crazy.
That's
I appreciate
awesome.
That. Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, I think a super chat constitutes the cracking of the final beer.
This
I
is
gotta
it.
say, I love the label on this one.
So we got two different ones here. So
Uh-oh.
you take your pick, bud.
Ooh,
So we've got
I think I've had this.
Faunaflora Boogie Woogie.
Oh, I
which-
want a Faunaflora.
Faunaflora is awesome. And then we've got Burial, When I Surf the Sky, which
You don't want to go halvesies?
Danny Alonzo just asked what's our favorite brewery in Asheville. It
Burial.
probably is Burial. Yeah.
It's
We
Burial.
can go halfsies.
Yeah, I'll go halvesies with you. Do that one first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright.
Because we got probably like 15 minutes left in the chat, so we gotta drink up.
Yo, Zach Cromwell, what's up, man? Love the van stuff. I lived out of my ride in Yosemite years back when I climbed. That's so sick, dude.
That is
I gotta
so
get
cool.
to Yosemite because I know that I'll meet a whole lot of people from the van life community there, and I rock climb as well. I'd like to go kind of explore some of the climbing in there, but man, that's a big beer. Oh, it's a double.
It's a double.
When I climbed,
This is what we're
when I
doing.
climbed a lot more, I didn't even continue reading. Keep living the dream, Zach. Thank you so much, man, and thank you for helping support the channels through super chats, dude. That's awesome.
It is awesome.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, man.
Yo, I love the look of these.
It's just such a step up in flavor. So good.
Yo, so this burial place in Asheville has the best saison I've ever had. It was called like the light, the
Oh,
light,
yeah.
lightness and dark.
So yeah, something like that.
Some
Their
light
names are-
between light and
Their
dark.
names are like full sentences.
It was the something between light and dark, and it was. I had it for the first time on Johnny's birthday, and it is the most refreshing. I don't love saisons, but this one was so good. It was so tasty and so refreshing. I couldn't believe it. It's a shame that the Funkatorium went the way they did
I know,
because
man.
I really liked their
I know.
sours.
I had my Wicked Weed glass in the video the other day, and I was like, in the van.
I told you.
video, I was like,
I know,
oh,
I said. I was like, dude,
know.
you're gonna get hate for
I didn't
that.
think you'd be able to really see it as well, but you totally can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all right. It's just the
all
glass.
Yeah.
We're not drinking. We're not drinking.
Burial is definitely one of my faves in Asheville, though. I mean, there's some really good
It's a
ones.
good
though.
vibe.
Zillicoa is killer.
I've yet to
Dude.
go there, by the way.
We have got to go there.
Let's
man.
go there. Let's go to Bailey and then there. Because
Okay.
that's like
Let's go with me.
proximity, right?
I mean, it's on your way back home.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. We had a couple more questions. So Sal, what's my
Oh
favorite
yeah, we
crappy
said
beer?
that we were gonna.
I don't really drink crappy beer. That's like,
No, dude, he is such a beer snob. It's not even funny.
I mean, because the thing is, so Sal says, but sometimes you're at a gas station, that's all you got. Well, gas stations in Asheville,
They now have nice beers.
they have like really
you
good
can get
craft beer.
Lagunitas at the grocery
Like
store.
Sierra
and
Nevada,
yeah.
any of those types of breweries. Like if it's owned by, AB InBev or Coors Miller, I'm not buying it just because we're small business owners. So I gotta support small businesses, not huge, global conglomerates.
Did you already answer this question from Ken Mara about how did you just do the edges at the tilting top? Because we said we were going to answer some van questions. I feel like I totally
bounced.
I did.
I don't even know. Oh, okay. So the Tim Cat just said the separation of light and darkness.
That's it. That was the one.
Nailed it. Nice, man.
Dang, how did you know that?
Yeah, that's impressive. He must be an Asheville dude. Michael Nyman, is that a silicone ring? Yes, it is. I love this thing. This was a cheapy one from Amazon. It was like $8, and for me, I used to wear a silver ring, but the fact that
Doesn't really work well.
I could get my finger pulled into a tool if it caught that steel,
right,
whereas the silicone would just rip off. So for me, it just makes sense.
Broken Antler Workshop asked, did you go back and add any more support to the platform, or was the flex minimal? The flex was actually quite a bit at first.
It was, and we added a good bit.
We had two main support beams.
Yeah, because the weight
beyond the frame.
Yeah, the weight on that bed platform is gonna mostly be in the center of the bed, because that's, if you think about it, where your ass is.
Yeah.
Where your feet are.
So I carry all my weight.
Yeah. That's where, when you're getting on and off the bed, there will be a little bit of flex, but it's not gonna be a huge load bearing area.
And then we had to add one at the end because we had to taper in the edges.
Yeah. So there's two crossbars, basically one in the center, right, kind of where the hinge is, maybe a little bit ahead of the hinge, and then one right at the back. And
then the 2x2s are connected with what?
Screws. And
like
then
beefy screws, though.
You mean the rails?
Yeah, the rails.
The rails are connected with like 2 1/4 inch massive structural screws. So
a couple of which Johnny took out of one of his.
No. That was for the cross support beams.
Oh, right. That was pretty funny though. We ran out of screws at one point, and Johnny went and just took apart part of his other project.
Video froze. Low battery. Oh, there we go. I got 20% left.
Ah, you're fine.
I'm good.
But yeah, so
thank you guys for the heads up.
Yeah, yo, the chat, everyone is so good about that.
Yeah, that's killer. Yeah, it's 20% battery. So.
Oh hey.
There we go. Yeah. So anyway, no, we didn't add a bunch more support. It wasn't necessary because it's really sturdy as it is.
Did you wax the bottom of the rails, or just the plastic slick enough to slide only? That plastic was like the best idea Johnny had in the entire thing, to be honest. It was such a good idea.
Yeah.
We added the high density, what was it called?
HDPE.
HDPE.
High density polyethylene.
And we put it across the rails, and the difference was unbelievable. Not only does that stuff not wear, but the bed just slides back and forth so easily, which is great because when it's in the up position, it's resting against the backs, and then it's locked in with, what is it called? Piano?
Barrel bolts.
The barrel bolts. And it's like really snug. So having to be able to actually move back and forth effortlessly, we didn't need friction to keep it in place. So having it slide and not wear on the wood, very important. And we're actually going to add some of that stuff to the supports that are mounted on the walls, because there's some wear already happening in that wood where the top rests in the up position.
Which we would have added anyway. We just
ran out.
I bought basically just enough HDPE to line those rails. But yeah, that stuff is super low friction. It's funny.
I couldn't believe how smooth it was.
Dude, I'm building a dining table right now for my parents, and it's an extension dining table, so it kind of slides open and you can add leaves and that kind of thing. And I'm going to be lining the top kind of skirt of the table base with the same stuff because it's just insanely low friction. It's smooth. It's easy to cut on any kind of saw. And
yeah, I actually wanted to ask you that. So I have that I have it, and I can cut it with Seth's just
circular saw or miter saw.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
Wind Racer wants to know. No, sorry, where was it? Wind Racer wants to know, what are you planning on doing for bike storage? So Wind Racer, you gotta keep an eye out.
Alex's channel.
We didn't. I don't know why we didn't.
Say, Brent.
We got ahead. Like Johnny got way ahead on this project. He started it, the bike storage project. So we got this idea. It's from a website called Far Out Rides. It's an awesome van life blog. And basically what it is it's slide out trays for bikes. So easy access, really efficient storage. And that's the idea that we have for the bike storage, and Johnny is not making the video on that. That will be only on my channel, but it will be coming out pretty soon.
That's what we worked on,
and it's
week.
already done. It's awesome. It's like really cool. I think
cool.
we took it like to the next level, of course, because we did John the Crafted Workshop way. So I'm infinitely stoked about how it came out, and I can't wait to share it with everyone. But yeah, it's bikes stored on sliding out trays, like 500-pound weighted trays, and you pull it all the way out beyond, like past the edge of the van, so it's like really easy to get in and out the bikes. And all I gotta do is take the front wheel off, and then there's even another one for storage. It's a really cool thing. So the video will be coming out soon, and I think I watch a lot of van build videos, and it's one of the most efficient. And not just because it's my van, but it's honestly one of the most efficient uses of the storage space back there, because one of the hardest things about vans is accessibility of your area, your storage of your space.
Because it's going under a bed platform.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's got one tray that holds 3 bikes, which is just ridiculous. 3 like downhill,
big full suspension
or,
bikes,
all mountain kind of bikes. And then another platform that holds 4 of these like 27-gallon storage tubs.
And then there's space on either side.
Yeah. And then you can fit his tires, because with the bikes you got to take the front tire off. That's how they mount. A couple of people have asked. It's the Rocky Mount. That's linked in Alex's
There's a link.
video.
Yeah, there's a link in the bottom.
So if you go watch his bed build video.
Yeah.
Which the playlist is linked in the video description. But those mounts are really cool. If you're looking to do something
super
like
good,
this,
because and they lock.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Even if you're not, I mean, man, if I had to do this.
Well, the fact that you
over
don't
again,
have to line up the through axle is the most important thing. These just clamp over the through axle. You don't have to just slot it in, because honestly it's a pain in the butt. Anyone that's taken off a front wheel knows, like, putting it back on is like, it's kind of a hassle. But so one of the biggest problems with the van is always accessing the space that you have, and in a garage area that people close off. A lot of people at the edge of the bed will put a partition or a bench or something, which means you have to go to the back of the van to access the garage. And then from there, how do you get to the furthest back point of the garage? It's like, it's not accessible. It's tough. And that's really important space.
Yeah.
So the fact that I have slides in the back means I can pull that space towards me and access it really easily. But not only that, the other side is not enclosed at this point, so I can access the garage from the main area of the van, which I think is really good.
You know,
it does.
Like, you can pass stuff through. It was easy to work on.
Yeah.
Those drawer slides, for any of the like woodworking people in this live chat, they are the craziest slides I have ever seen. They're
nuts.
Like $200 a pair, crazy expensive. But they are
They're
full extension, 48-inch extension slides.
I don't think I understand how rare that is.
Dude,
a 48-inch extension.
The biggest I've ever used is like 22. And because think about most cabinets, you're never gonna need a 48-inch drawer. I mean,
you'd be like to the other side of the
like,
wall
you
in the room.
Put like a sliding coffin on that. I'm pretty sure. Like, that, it's just ridiculous how big it is. And
or a full bike.
And they lock both
in and out.
In and out. So it's easy to lock them out, unload the bikes, load them back in, lock them in. And so then when you're driving around, they're not banging against the back door. So,
it's pretty rad. You guys, everyone is going to be really excited about that video. I think I'm just over the moon about it right now, and I can't wait to put it out.
It's dialed.
Yeah, it'll be within the next week. If anyone's curious, it'll be next week.
Yeah. So Jonathan had 2 questions. Can you cut HDPE with a Japanese handsaw? Yeah, no problem. It's soft plastic. Yeah, I think Michael Lawing, who actually helps me out with my blog posts and Instructables, so thank you, Michael. He said you definitely can. That's, no problem. And then Jonathan evidently also found some super long ball bearing slides in the dumpster, which is awesome, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it when that happens. I have never found anything like that. Actually, I did. My old clamp rack was a little piece of, like, a little shelf that came from the Mars Hill transfer station.
Really?
Funny, yeah. And I just cut some slots into it for the clamps.
We gotta go there.
This is a little bit better. This is slightly improved for sure.
We're gonna have to go there to dump your carpet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Someone just asked if Johnny rides. Michael, yes, Johnny rides mountain bikes. Like, we have all this stuff in common, including the fact that he rides, and I'm working. He's helping me so much with the build, and I'm trying to get him out riding more often, out of his environment here, to get a little bit uncomfortable.
It's fun, man. It's been good because before, so we, in case you guys don't know, my wife and I had a kid April 30th. So, with the newborn and then my wife being kind of late end of her term pregnancy, I wasn't getting out mountain biking much at all. So it's been nice.
It happened at perfect timing though.
It really did, man. Perfect.
Because
season.
now, yeah, exactly. You're in the middle of riding season.
Yeah, and he's kind of old enough to where he's not like freaking out all the time. Not that he ever did.
Yeah.
It's been really good because there's a lot of really good trails within an hour radius of my house.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for you. You ever gonna come visit me in the van?
Dude, yeah.
You gonna ever come use the thing you built?
We need to plan a Joshua Tree trip.
Oh, if you want to go Joshua Tree, I'm down.
So if you guys
magical place.
If you guys
I've only been once.
If you guys are on the woodworking side, the Modern Maker podcast guys, Mike Montgomery from Modern Builds and Ben Ueda from Homemade Modern, Ben is building a house out of shipping containers, and Mike is
that's sick.
Yeah, and Mike is revamping a huge 50-foot long bus into a house.
What?
Both
in Joshua Tree?
In Joshua Tree.
Oh, we got to go check that
Ben
out.
Ben has property there, and then Chris from Four Eyes Furniture lives in LA, which is only an hour or
close.
two from Joshua Tree. So anyway, I definitely want to go out there. It's in the
Dude,
desert, so I don't want to go right now.
No, it's
gonna
a
be hot
great
as
place for
crap.
shoulder season.
Yeah.
Even winter. I was there in January.
I'm thinking November sometime in November, December.
I was there in the dead of winter,
Yeah.
and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
So anyway, that is where I'm thinking you meet me out there with the van. I do a little collab with them. We go do some riding.
If you have a van at Joshua Tree, you're a king. I'm dead serious. Because there's a whole community of people that spend the entire winter in Joshua Tree, just nomads.
Yeah.
And no one has most people do not have a dialed setup. So if you have a van, I mean, I brought firewood, and people were like, oh. Like everyone congregated around the big fire,
What does Seth call them?
it's
the
a
lot
cool
leeches or whatever.
lot lizards.
Lizards.
That was for a different type of person.
It's more for
these guys were just they're honest to God nomads. They're really cool people out there, man. I really enjoyed my time there.
That's fun.
And I think there's a BMX track. I was trying to find some
that'd be
riding
fun.
around there. I think there's a cool BMX track. And then there's this place called Idlewild, just off the coast, south of LA.
Okay.
So really cool mountain bike town.
Nice.
It's a cool spot. And in the winter,
Fun,
it's
man.
perfect.
Dude, I'm all about that because I'm tired of sweating.
And I mean, have you ever rock climbed?
It's not my thing.
It's tough out there.
I'm not.
I could hardly
I'm not
climb
a heights person.
I could hardly. Oh, really?
No.
Really?
Dude, I can go to a climbing wall and I get 10 feet off the ground. I'm like,
really?
I'm done. Yeah.
All right, that's fair enough.
So,
The rock climbing is really good out there, but it's insanely hard.
yeah, that's not for me.
I could climb V0s and V1s. I climbed one V2.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
It's fun. Just honestly going and walking around out there is amazing because of the formations. It's pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna take a couple final questions. I don't even think we got time for the last beer there. I got to leave the house in 15 minutes. So.
Yeah, you got a dinner plans.
I got dinner.
Well,
So-
we'll open up the forum to anyone that has
we got a couple
questions
more
here at the end.
We got a couple more. So TJC said he recently made a maple desk in the wood shop. Like to put wipe-on poly on it. He plans on doing 4 coats and sanding in between coats. Should I sand or wax the final coat? If so, what grit? I wouldn't do anything to the final coat. So I think that's a big misconception, especially with poly, is if you're sanding between coats, that final coat is just going to be to smooth everything out, make it all nice and really clean looking, and then just leave it alone. So I don't think there's any reason to sand or wax it. I think you're totally good. 4 coats even is kind of overkill. I think 3 coats is plenty. So I would do 1 coat, then apply a 2nd coat with no sanding in between, then sand a little bit just to remove any kind of dust nibs or whatever, any roughness from the surface, just a light sanding with 320 or 400. Clean off all the dust, and then apply that final coat real nice and light, and I think you have a really nice, durable tabletop. So, let's see.
So when someone said there's another name for fear of heights, common sense.
Yeah, exactly. Humans don't fly, so I think I'm okay with that.
Nor do we bounce.
Yeah, nor do we bounce. So Wiley asked, what tool did I use to make the pocket holes? That's a Craig pocket hole jig.
Yo, pocket holes are amazing.
Dude, they're pretty awesome. Yeah.
We had a tough time with some of them. The fit was like so
in
snug.
Half-inch material, pocket
Yeah.
holes are a little bit squirrely, but in 3/4 and above, I love pocket holes. So, yeah.
Sal, thank you, man. Sal comes from my channel. I recognize him from the streams. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream.
Nice.
I hope you enjoyed the videos too, man. If anyone has not, if anyone that's in the stream right now doesn't know, we both just put out simultaneous videos about the bed build in my van. Go check it out on Singletrack Sampler and Crafted Workshop.
Playlist.
You obviously know.
In the
it's
comments.
all linked below in this video. Yeah, so
Yep.
if you haven't. And definitely keep an eye out because there's going to be another one soon to come on my channel of the next part of the build involving Johnny and Crafted
Yep.
Workshop as well.
And
so
another live stream.
and another
on
live stream.
Sunday.
Yeah, are you going to make it?
I
Are
think
you
I'm gonna.
committed?
I think I'm committing.
All right.
Yeah.
He's in it.
We're gonna do it.
Sunday night.
I guess I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
But not yet, because he's got to walk to the other
gotta
side
walk
and like
around.
actually hit
I'm
it.
out of battery again.
Woo,
so
perfect.
Perfect timing.
Hey.
Uh-oh. How do I end it?
You just hit end.
X in.